Honorable Mitema Obordor.
Chief Mitema Obordor, and I speak for Ogbea Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm relying on Order 8-5 to move a motion on urgent public importance on the need for urgent intervention on the incessant increase of monetary policy rate MPR by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the retrogressive effect on existing loans. Mr. Speaker, with humility, I also pray that all other relevant rules of the House be set aside to allow me to take this motion constituency. Mr. Speaker, in the spirit of the House, I will take just 3 paragraphs and go straight to the prayers. Aware that the Central Bank of Nigeria, as on the 31st of May 2024, announced an increase in the monetary policy rate MPR by 26.25%, affecting existing loans, particularly those with variable interest rates linked to the MPR and borrowing costs across the economy. Further aware that the provisions of Section 8, Sub 4.5 of the CBN Act 2007 mandate the Central Bank of Nigeria to consult with the National Assembly on matters of public policy by causing the governor of CBN to appear before the National Assembly at semi-annual hearings regarding efforts, activities, plans of the board on monetary policy, economic development, and prospects for the future, and make a formal report and presentation on the activities of the bank and the performance of the economy to the relevant committees of the National Assembly. Concerned that the increase in the monetary policy rate is a matter within the purview of public policy that requires the Central Bank of Nigeria Monetary Policy Committee to consult with the National Assembly before implementation. Also concerned that the Central Bank of Nigeria and its Monetary Policy Committee did not see it necessary to adhere to the sections of the CBN Act which provides for the CBN consultation with the National Assembly on matters of public policy before implementing the 26.25 increase in monetary policy rate. Further concerned that the economic stability and financial well-being of individuals and businesses heavily rely on predictability and stable borrowing costs. Worried that the CBN increase in monetary policy rate on the 31st of May 2024 was the second hike in MPR within 3 months after a 24.75% increase in March 2024. And there is no consequential provision for the protection of existing loans from the adverse effect of increase by the Central Bank of Nigeria to align with the principles of legal non-retrogression. Informed that this is a fundamental principle of law, Mr. Speaker, that changes in regulation should not have retrogressive effects on existing legal rights and obligations. The House therefore resolve to urge the federal government of Nigeria, the federal government and the Central Bank of Nigeria to affirm the principles of legal non-retrogression in economic and financial policy decisions, including changes in the monetary policy rate, particularly on the 26.25% CBN increase of MPR made on the 31st of May 2024. Number 2, urge the federal government and the Central Bank of Nigeria to explore options such as godfathering clauses or transitional arrangements to protect existing borrowers from immediate and significant increase in loan repayments due to MPR hikes. 3, urge the relevant House committees to conduct a thorough review of the potential effects of MPR increases on existing loans and to propose legislative or regulative amendments that uphold the rights and interests of borrowers. And finally, Mr. Speaker, urge the House to put a hold to the implementation of the 26.25% increase in monetary policy rate of the CBN of the Central Bank of Nigeria for further consultations. Mr. Speaker, with humility, I so move.
Motion raised by my colleague. I so second.
This motion is referred to banking institution and banking regulation.